There always seems to be those who are practically magnets for controversy and attention. They capture everyone's interest, whether it's due to their bold opinions or their daring actions. It's like they're born to stir the pot and keep the spotlight on them. Hello and welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss why Andrew Tate gave his statement that he did nothing wrong after his house arrest. So without further ado, let's get started. In this world, no one knows who Andrew Tate is. No doubt, he is a famous personality of the time. You know, he's that British-American influencer who's been making quite the headlines lately. It's pretty intense, for sure. Now, if we are talking about his backstory, his full name is Emory Andrew Tate, and he was born in December 1986. His roots are in Chicago, Illinois. In actuality, his name comes from his father, who was not only an American, but also worked for the US Air Force in Britain. After the separation of his parents, things took an interesting turn. He moved to Luton, England with his mom. Both Andrew and his younger brother Tristan went through some tough times financially. I mean, they've shared stories about hitting up KFC for leftover chicken that other folks didn't want. They'd even freeze it for future meals. A very tragic situation. But here's the thing, Andrew's not just some regular guy. He's a 4-time kickboxing world champion. Can you believe it? And guess what? It wasn't just in the ring where he made a name for himself. He hit the online scene like a freight train. If you've seen his videos, you'd think he was living the life of a movie star. Fancy cars, private jets, yachts, you name it, he's flaunted it. And right before his arrest in December 2022, he got into this whole Twitter spat with climate activist Greta Thunberg. He went all out, saying he had like 33 cars and was ready to send her a list of their enormous emissions. I'm telling you guys, he has a showdown inside him to show the whole world. But it doesn't end there. On TikTok, the hashtag Andrew Tate hashtag has been blowing up. Videos related to him have been viewed billions of times. And that's not even counting the ones where people are criticizing the guy. It's like he's a magnet for attention, no matter where he goes or what he does. Just goes to show that online fame can be a wild ride. During his interview with the YouTuber, he claimed himself as a misogynist. So he explained, quote, "I'm a realist, and when you're a realist, you're sexist. There's no way you can be rooted in reality and not be sexist," end quote. By giving the statement, he's been causing quite a stir lately. I mean, seriously, he's facing some seriously heavy charges like rape, human trafficking, and forming an organized crime group. That's like straight out of a crime drama. After being cooped up for over 7 months, they finally let him out. But he's still got those pesky movement restrictions hanging over his head. And guess what? His brother and a couple of buddies are caught up in the whole mess too, all singing the same tune. We didn't do it. But get this, back in 2016, he got booted off the British version of Big Brother because of a video where he looked like he was attacking a woman. He tried to play it off, saying the video was all messed up to make him look bad. And now, this dude's got over 6.9 million followers on Twitter. It's like he's practically a household name despite all the controversy. But wait, there's more. In that same video, he dared to call women intrinsically lazy and go on a rant about how there's no such thing as an independent female. Can you believe that load of nonsense? And social media wasn't having it either. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they all showed him the door. TikTok even came out swinging, saying adios because they won't put up with misogyny. Even Twitter wasn't immune. He got the boot for a bit after saying some pretty messed up stuff about women being responsible for getting sexually assaulted. Eventually, they let him back in though. Later on in June, he had an interview with BBC. Man, it was like watching a verbal boxing match. They laid into him about whether his views were messing with young minds, and guess what he said? He's claiming he's some kind of force for good, and that he's on a holy mission from the big guy upstairs to spread positivity. Can you believe the audacity of that statement? People like him sure know how to stir the pot, don't they? It's crazy how they stick to their guns no matter what, and keep managing to stay in the spotlight. Recently, Andrew Tate's making some noise again. At this time, this controversial influencer who's been wrapped up in all those charges, human trafficking, rape, and being part of an organized crime group, yeah, that guy, he's been on house arrest for a while, ever since March. But get this, a judge over in Romania just lifted that house arrest, at least until his trial kicks off. However, he's been going around and saying he's squeaky clean, like, I've done nothing wrong, even though he's facing some pretty serious stuff. The legal drama all started back in June, when they officially charged him, along with his brother Tristan and a couple of Romanian individuals. It's like a real-life crime thriller, isn't it? Now here's the latest scoop. The Bucharest Court of Appeal just dropped the bombshell. Instead of being stuck at home, they're giving him something called judicial control until October. He's got a curfew. For a while, he can only wander around Bucharest and the nearby Ilfov County. So it's like he's got a leash on him, but at least he's not locked up anymore. Guys, trust me, this whole situation is like a roller coaster. It's hard to predict what'll happen next, especially with someone as controversial as Andrew Tate. But yes, isn't it crazy how legal matters can be so full of twists and turns? Again, Tate did not hold back and gave his statement. Quote, "We've been completely innocent since the beginning of this, and I have to give absolute faith to the Romanian judicial system for finally making the right decision and letting us free. I'm sure in the end we will be exonerated. I've done nothing wrong. God knows I've done nothing wrong. In my heart, I know I've done nothing wrong. I look forward to being completely exonerated in due time. This positive outcome gives us confidence that more favorable developments are on the horizon and the truth is beginning to prevail." End quote. After that, he took to Twitter and posted his take on it for his fans. After 10 months, 3 in jail, 7 at home, after 15 million pounds of asset seizures, after an indictment based on nothing, the file was passed to a judge who ruled it weak and circumstantial. I have been released from house arrest, but must remain within Romania. Now, it is not wrong to say that the whole Tate situation just keeps getting more intense. They're being accused of using what they're calling the lover boy method. It's a pretty shady deal, right? However, they tricked 7 women by promising them relationships or marriages only to get them caught up in sexual exploitation. I mean, seriously, what kind of messed up technique is that? And my Dama fellow, this is not just in Romania, but they allegedly spread their activities across the US, UK, and who knows where else. They're saying they formed this whole operation in 2021. Crazy, man. After the whole home arrest saga, Andrew Tate's been still shouting that the whole case was a political plot to shut him down. Quite the conspiracy theory, huh? Now, I would like to say that it's one tangled web of a situation, no doubt about it. I mean, who could have seen the influencer's life spiraling into this kind of mess? It's like we're watching a real-life drama unfold, and you just can't predict where it's going to go next. Thanks for watching the entire video. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay connected with us. Take care.